If you're looking for an all-inclusive resort on an extreme budget, Egypt could be your place.
We're talking as little as $52 per night for 2 people, all inclusive.
All the food and drinks that your little body can handle. Now obviously this isn't going to be 5-star quality that you're maybe used to back home, but today we're going to show you an example of one of these cheap resorts in Egypt and what it's actually like. Now the absolute cheapest resorts like this have some concerningly bad reviews, so we decided to choose one with a mix of good reviews and cheap prices.
Ours came out to $90 per night with private beach, the room, all the food.
Tons of amenities that we're about to show you. So it's still super cheap as far as all-inclusive resorts go. We just got here, so let's go explore it to see if this place is worth it.
Okay, stick to it and we're gonna show you where to find these cheap resorts in Egypt.
Let's go! We normally don't travel to all-inclusive resorts, but when we heard how cheap they are in Egypt, our curiosity got the best of us and we had to see what they were like. Let's start with the activities.
Since we're here at the pool, let's talk about that. The hotel offers classes, volleyball, sport games, many activities during the day in the pools, in the pool area. And at nighttime we also have a nice show we will show you in a minute. And here in the end of the pool is a nice bar where you can ask for alcohol drinks all day long. And in my back there is the restaurant for dinner time. And speaking about food,
after reading a bunch of reviews about the food of these resorts in Egypt, we were a little bit worried because a lot of them complain about the quality of the food. But here we were pleasantly surprised that there's a bunch of different options for food and it's pretty tasty. I mean, it's not 5-star restaurant tasty obviously, but it is satisfying and there's lots of different options and you don't get bored.
okay guys, and so for drinks they have one all-inclusive menu, which is the normal one, and then we order a pay one that is about $3 per cocktail, so we can see the difference. It's pretty obvious that nobody buy the drinks here, they all take the cheap ones because it was super hard to get the change and paid, and you know, we have to wait like 10 minutes to get it. The included drinks are nothing fancy, but if you're just trying to get a buzz, it's alright. It's very good.
Another trick they use to charge extra is for Wi-Fi, and it's kind of funny because normally in normal hotels Wi-Fi is included, but in this all-inclusive hotel Wi-Fi is only included in the lobby, but if you want it in the room or the rest of the resort you have to pay extra. This isn't really a big deal for us because we're out busy doing activities all day anyway. Luckily, we didn't need to pay for this extra internet because when we came to Egypt, we got what's called travel eSIMs, and I'm doing a full video on the comparison between the best travel eSIM companies. You basically just download a data plan onto your phone and you have internet wherever you go. So make sure to subscribe if you're interested in learning the best ways to get internet while you're traveling abroad. Alright, now before we go to the private beach, which is the grand finale, let's go show you a quick tour of what our room looks like. So as you can see, it's not necessarily a 5-star resort here, but it's comfortable. And we found during our research when looking for cheap resorts here in Egypt that you can either stay in a more cheaper, lower rated place, but upgrade your room to like a super fancy sea view room, or for the same price, you could just get a normal room in a higher rated resort. And since we're not planning on spending much time in the room anyway, we decided to go with a normal room in a better resort. Alright, and now the moment you've all been waiting for, let's go to see the beautiful private beach.
So we just got to the beach and we can't believe how blue the water is here. Look at that. There is a bunch of places where you could go snorkeling and swimming, but where we are right now, there is not like a beach, like a sandy beach. There is another area with a sandy beach, but we chose here because it's very close to the bar and we're having some nice vodka and orange juice drinks.
Alright guys, beach day was a success. If you're interested in staying in a place like this, we'll link down to this exact resort in the description. But if you want to look for other cheap places in this area, the city is called Hurghada. Hurghada, I don't know how to say that. Apart from staying in resorts, there's also some really cool day trips that you can do to some beautiful different islands and snorkeling, and so there's a bunch of different activities to make sure you never get bored. Coming to resorts in Egypt is nice because you don't have to deal with all the different scams and things that you find on the street and all the hassle, which is kind of common here in Egypt, unfortunately. But if you do decide that you want to venture out on your own, we made an entire video on how to avoid all the tricky scams here in Egypt, so make sure to check that one out next. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.